we're very excited to finally get to show Fellowship to the world, a game that we've been working on for a long time. A few years ago, we founded Chief Rebel, an independent studio located in Stockholm, Sweden. We've put together an incredible experienced team that have worked on games like Diablo, the Just Cause series, Battlefield, Helldivers, The Division, World of Warcraft, and a bunch of other huge titles over the years. Here in the studio, we like to call Fellowship a multiplayer online dungeon adventure, a MODA, if you will. It's a game that celebrates our favorite endgame activity, where you will gather a bunch of friends in a group of 4 and go out and do dungeons together. And these dungeons are going to be full of enemies with their own unique abilities and tricks and strategies that you need to figure out. And of course, bosses providing their own unique challenges that you will need to work together with your team to overcome. And when you do, there's loot to be had. With Fellowship, we are taking inspiration from a number of types of games that we love. So there's a bit of action RPG in here, there's a bit of MOBA, and there's a bit of MMO as well. You can jump into the endgame content straight away, and you don't have to spend hours and hours grinding just to get to the fun stuff. When you first log in, you will pick your hero, join up with your friends or find a group, and queue into a dungeon. As you level up, you'll also unlock new talents, set bonuses, and relics that provide new facets and depth to your chosen hero. As you complete dungeons, you gain access to higher difficulties. As the difficulty increases, the enemies become a lot harder, and the rewards you receive become more powerful. The core of Fellowship is this endgame MMO-style dungeon experience. You can jump straight from dungeon to dungeon, and you will get all the progression, rewards, and everything that you need from within that content. There are 2 types of dungeons that players will take on: Adventure and Ranked.
Adventure dungeons are doing everything we know and love from our ranked dungeon format. But we want to take that experience and distill it down to 10 to 15 minute bite-sized experiences. Ranked dungeons is what this genre offers best. This is our opportunity to provide a core experience to our seasoned veterans of this genre, to compete against each other on our leaderboards, to overcome impossible odds with their friends, and to really make their mark on the community. The greatest rewards in Fellowship come to the players who are willing to opt in to the most challenging content. That means specifically choosing to, with your party, take on multiple dungeon modifiers at a time. In addition to the standard scaling of our dungeons, we also want to make sure that there are these added layers that don't just change the numbers of, oh, I need to hit him with a bigger stick. Now, I need to move out of the way as a giant fireball rains from the sky. Or now freezing winds are blowing everybody off towards the edge of the map, things that change gameplay. When players enter a dungeon, they've got 3 goals to keep in mind. 1, they gotta kill all the bosses. Then, they have to make sure that the kill score is absolutely filled by killing enough of the enemies in the dungeon. And then lastly, they need to make sure that we're doing all of that in the allotted time. So for our ranked dungeons, that's about 30 minutes. And for our adventure dungeons, we're looking at 10 minutes. The enemies in Fellowship are challenging. And that means that players are gonna have to rely on the Holy Trinity: tank, healer, and DPS in order to overcome these challenges. Each role is necessary to succeed, with each having a distinct role to play.
So when we created our roster of heroes, it was really important that each hero feels unique to Fellowship, while still being recognizable for people that have played thousands of hours in similar games. So we've got this one hero called Elraim, and she's got this very bursty and procky rhythm to her gameplay. She's not very cooldown reliant at all. Instead, she has a very steady build-up to constant payoffs that will feel really explosive and flashy. With Warmaster, you've got a tank that should feel like home, and it's super easy to pick up. She also has a toughness mechanic where more advanced players will be able to min-max their damage mitigation and cooldown reduction. Fellowship is going to be a constantly evolving adventure that will be built to last for a really long time, and we're so excited to have the players be part of that development journey with us. We've got heaps of content planned for Fellowship, and there's going to be a lot more to talk about really, really soon. But to start your adventure with Fellowship, make sure to sign up for our closed alpha starting really soon.